Hello students, do you know this time in the year 2026 JEE Advanced examination, the questions will be set by the IIT Roorkee. So in this video, we'll be talking about the IIT Roorkee DNA analysis in comparison to 2008 versus 2019 analysis. IIT Roorkee papers are really impossible to start, but they are notoriously difficult to finish. They test your stamina and selection skills. Talking about the mathematics, the lengthy differentiator. In 2019, the math section was considered one of the lengthiest in the history of the JEE Advanced. Even top rankers found it hard to attempt more than 12 to 14 questions accurately. They love calculus and the vectors 3D. However, they don't give direct questions. They hide concepts inside the complex looking functional equations. So our prediction for the 2026 year would be expect probability and matrix to have multi-concept linked questions. If I talk about the physics, it is a visual and experimental approach. In 2019, they introduced several questions based on experimental physics, optical bench, error analysis, etc. They prefer visual physics. Diagrams will be very crucial. They often create problems where the geometry of the setup determines the physics. Now talking about the 2026 prediction, it will be high weightage for modern physics and thermodynamics. Expect at least 2 questions where the graph analysis is the core of the problem. Let's talk about the chemistry. This is the NCERT deep dive. The trend would be, while others IITs might go into a high-level research-oriented organic chemistry questions, Roorkee stays closer to the NCERT framework, but asks the most obscure details from it. The Roorkee style, if I talk about, they are the masters of multi-step synthesis. If you get the first reagent wrong, the entire 4 marks question is lost. In inorganic, they focus heavily on qualitative analysis, that is salt analysis. Our 2026 prediction would be a shift towards biomolecules and the chemistry in everyday life, being tested through complex paragraph style questions. You can see a comparison table for the year 2008 versus 2019 versus the prediction for the year 2026. I'll be talking about the total marks. You can also see about the marking scheme, math difficulty, physics focus, as well as chemistry focus. Here is a table illustrating everything. Remember students that in the year 2019, the average score to get an IIT seat dropped significantly because of the math length. These are all the methodologies as well as the strategy to solve the Roorkee style paper.